All right, guys. Want to look here. MKR Maker is retesting this support trend line. A little bit of volume come in here. Now, the thought process and the reason why I want to look at it is, well, what if it holds? What if somehow this actually holds and we round back up from here, and work our way back up? It's not looking great here underneath all these moving averages. On a 3-day chart, in this rounding over pattern, it's going to take a little bit of work to get out of this situation. Um, but as we flip through these time frames, you can kind of see that one good week might actually kind of change the whole outlook of this. Like if we finish with a bullish engulfing candle right here, there's no reason then that we couldn't do that. And once we're back up in this sort of direction, you have to think then that this is a bit of a W pattern. And, in a W pattern, what you do is you take the target of here and you move it to here. And basically you're getting that target back up here to double top. So that's kind of the basis and the thought process. Can it hold? Can it work out? That is the $1 million question. It's not looking great, right? It's not ideal, but you can see here, you get 3 candles down. In this situation, what I think we need a bit of an inside bar, and then the next candle, for example, I think we'd need to maybe wick down, come back up, flip green, and then push higher again. But it's definitely an area of interest. Let's go to a monthly first. So that wick down that I talked about, you can see that the largest volume in its history, the largest red volume in its history on the monthly chart, is just below price. Now, what it's saying, if these tools would work, there's potentially a fantastic buy here, which would kind of indicate that, that potentially we could have some sort of a stop hunt on a new month down into this level and maybe get a reaction off it. Let's flip to the 3 month. It's mixed signals, of course, at this point. Red on the 3 month. It's not an ideal situation, to be honest. Bad rejection, took liquidity in here, flip red. The worry is obviously, that the red continues and you end up having a red candle back down, something like that. That's obviously the worry. But you never know. You really never know. It could actually hold. We could actually, start holding here, and this is actually an inside bar, and the inside bar could actually spark off a reversal, a continuation or reversal pattern. So I actually like to see price come back up and kind of stop hunt this sort of area. Price a lot of times gets drawn right up into here, and sometimes it can reject from here after you take liquidity above this, a stop hunt level above the 3 month candle. I just want to show you link here. Now it's not identical. It's not identical at all. But it had these 2 candles here. This only had 1 candle here. But you can see, what I'm looking at. Afterwards, we open up on a new year, right? Wherever this closes on a new year, link, continued. Well, I suppose this was a crazy big candle on link that did get sold off again. But on the new year, I know it's 3 months away, but this new quarter is going to set up the new year. So we have to start thinking about the new yearly candle. If, for example, if we're going to have a small green quarter here, it's going to close the yearly candle stronger, right? Let me just delete that. It's going to, like, if we finish green on the quarter here, we're actually going to close somewhere up here, maybe, for example, and then the new year could start up here. So it's time to really start thinking about the new year and where these candles could potentially close. Are they going to close bullish on the year? You can see here, this closed fairly bullish up on the top range of the candle, and then it allowed price to continue on to the upside. Maker very well could do the same. You can see where it's sitting right now, but we very well could have a green 3 month quarter. Let's go back and look at that. You can see, what if we have a green quarter and we start closing up around here? Um, then the new year, we would be able to build upon this and continue to the upside. So what I'm saying is, if we flip green on a new quarter, it might be good to buy, right? It might actually be a good buy if we can kind of time that right, and it might actually be the entry point. As you can see, if you had bought, the thought process is, if you had bought down here on the last quarter of the year, it closed up here and then it continued for another year or two to the upside. So it might actually give us really great entry points for longer term swing trades for another year or whatever. So I think this last quarter is extremely important, as it will set up next year. Anyway, that's just some thoughts on MKR. And I just wanted to kind of touch on that, it might sound crazy that we start thinking about a new year already, but not really. It's always good to try and plan ahead. Like I will be honest, it's not an ideal situation here. It looks like it could go lower, but what I'm saying is, if we get the first month lower, that then could be the time to start thinking about next year. If we get that dip, we could be buying this dip down in here and then expect a bounce up into the end of the quarter, and then expect that continuation on a new year that might actually push price higher. So extremely important times, next month and the next couple of months.